I'd like to ask you, Vimal Patel, what is the biggest risk?
Yeah, so as I mentioned right now, the biggest risk right now is again having the personal guarantee that you have on your debt, right? The loan, the cost of operations has gone up. The fixed cost has gone up. The revenue is not gone up in that percentage. So coming out of the COVID, getting extensions, and now dealing with inflations and rising interest rates and rising costs and so forth. You want to maintain that because again, if you start lacking on your mortgage payments if you can pay it, and your liquidity is running out, the net worth is getting out. That's a huge concern because that pretty much underlines your future, your assets that you hold, your future of your kids. That's the biggest risk part of it. Obviously, the other part hand in hand goes with it. Again, as I mentioned about the hurricane, right? So we went to the hurricane, and again, we dealt, dealing with insurance companies is a huge challenge in its part. It took us, 7 months to kind of settle the claim and get the funds. In the meantime, we had to use our own line of credits and get more debt to rebuild, continue rebuilding it while we were negotiating and fighting the insurance company. So having the property coverage is the biggest factor because we just went through that part. Right coverage with the right deductible, knowing your coverages, and be ability to have a plan in place should a disaster occur. Right, you're not scrambling to find the right resources, who to get in, who to help out with, whether it's a public adjuster, whether it's an attorney, or whether it's a mitigation company, or whatever the case may be. Right, so you got to have those plan in place because absolutely the day of the disaster, or the day after the disaster, there'll be a million other people lining up and they can do a great job for you, and then you'll overpay them, job, and they'll run away. So those are the two huge aspect of the latest my experiences in part of the risk mitigation risk factor that is definitely everybody has to be concerned about. As far as the debt is concerned, you have to start building reserves to have, knowing COVID and the situation that may come around, minimum, we got build in 6 months worth of reserves for your mortgage payment. That way, in a down and out period, you're still able to kind of manage it and then hang on to your I guess the credit part of it, your net worth, and then your credit scores.